And huge show going down tonight, Times Union Center, WWE Raw, and a big superstar in the studio with me today.
Oh, snap.
Well, I'm not physically big. You're normal size.
Hey, I am normal size. I try to be more amazing. You know, I figure that's more of a talent than being tall. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So.
KOFI Kingston in the studio with me, one of the most unique people in WWE. Some guy, I would have to say, somebody who's done a great job of separating yourself from the pack. And I don't know how you do it, but physically you can do things that no one else can do.
Well, I try to keep things real innovative for people. You know, I always remember like being a fan, watching. You know, I always wanted to see things that stood out and things that I remembered. So I'm just trying to pass on those very same memories in the best way I can.
One thing in particular standing out, that now and later pink shirt you
Bam!
have on.
You know, I unbuttoned the suit just so you could get eyes on it. You know, I don't want to be covering up the now and later pink. You know, and not many people can pull it off, but you know, I'm trying. So
has that been appreciated? You've been doing media all day today, right? We're at 6 a.m. I don't want you to get afraid. I'm a little offended. I thought I was getting exclusive here.
Oh, well, I mean, I saved the best for last. This is my last interview of the day.
Listen,
you know
don't patronize me.
Sir?
Don't you patronize me. I know what this is about.
It's all been a big build. You know, you build, and this is
the
pinnacle. You understand? Like, this is the top of the mountain right now, man. That's what I thought this was. I don't know.
Oh, you're right. You're spot on with that, yeah. It's like gauging up your ear holes. You got to work up. You don't just go straight to the big pancake size. You don't just go straight to it,
no. You know what I'm saying? You build it up, yeah. It's all about that emotional roller coaster, which you will see tonight at WWE. That's what we do. We take on an emotional roller coaster. You see the transition? You see how I do things here? It'll be a great show.
The suit does remind me of something I think we have to talk about.
Okay.
How do you become the WWE Network guy?
Do you see that?
Oh yeah, that's it. There's like a 90-second commercial just you talking about the network.
It was great. It was great to actually did that. We did that like last week, and you know, we rented out like this whole like theater to do it. You know, and I'm walking out there. You know, oh hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh hey, empty theater.
You know, so I'm like talking about the network, which is awesome. I don't know if anybody out there has heard of the WWE Network, but like just WWE. WCW, all the pay-per-views ever. You know, you have on-demand access to
even the
them.
ones that don't exist yet. You can watch those.
You can watch them
before they happen.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if you were able to do that. That's how advanced the network is being.
They're doing amazing things with computers.
$9.99 a month. You know what I'm saying? And just to be able to get the pay-per-views. I mean, you get all the pay-per-views like on the network. So I mean, from a like financial perspective, it's a no-brainer. So there's so much material out there. If you're a WWE fan, like it's a must-have. A lot of reality shows. Legends House.
Do you watch that? I haven't watched that.
I'm afraid to. I've seen a couple episodes. Piper.
There's a couple
ridiculous.
guys I don't need to see shirtless.
Well, you're probably going to see a lot of guys shirtless on there when you put guys like Tony Atlas and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you know you got the Tony Atlas laugh. You know, all in the same house. Mean Gene Oakland. I mean, you're bound to get some entertaining television. So one of the many perks and benefits of the WWE Network.
All right, and shirtless guys, shirtless legends.
Of course,
house. That's what it's called. I think abbreviated.
In some circles, maybe. I don't know.
My circle. Yeah. I was talking about you separating yourself from the pack with your abilities. You have over the years become the guy when it's a battle royal or the Royal Rumble. Have in some way or another caught the attention of everybody by I don't know, you're like cat-like. There's no eliminating KOFI one easy way. What'd you do?
You're gonna have to work for it.
You ran from the guardrail to jump the gap. You hopped on a chair like a pogo stick before.
JBL was kind enough to give me his chair.
Did you do the handstand one, or was that
I did a
Morrison?
handstand. No, Morrison did the Spider-Man on the wall, which was actually really cool. And he's the one who kind of like set the bar. You know what I'm saying? And made it hard for me to like try and outdo that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all that stuff.
Do you feel a little pressure gone though now that he's not around? You're like, ooh,
no,
I don't have to kill myself for this now.
No, I think it would be great. I mean, John Morrison is a great guy, very athletic like myself.
Rest in peace, John Morrison.
You know, so he was great, man, and very athletic. So if he was on the roster again, it'd just be creative competition, as we like to call it. So yeah.
All right.
Man.
So what do we do here? WrestleMania. There's the Battle Royal.
Yes.
You got launched over somebody's head and somehow landed on the steps Not breaking your ankle. Not getting eliminated. Two things very positive in that situation.
Don't let the chicken legs fool you, man. They're very, very strong. You know what I'm saying?
You got hollow bones like a bird.
Yeah, man. You know, so yeah, it was crazy. Like Cesaro, for those people who don't know, is pound for pound probably the strongest guy in the WWE. He does things that people, shouldn't be able to do. Catching people out of the air and twirling them 5 different times before like slamming them on the ground and making it look like cake, like easy. He tried to throw me out of the ring.
Very painful cake.
Yeah, pain cake.
Cake.
Pound cake?
I see where we're going with this.
Oh, wait a minute.
There's not a product called that already.
There's a T-shirt or a catchphrase or a slogan there. But he tried to launch me. Yeah, he tried to launch me into the second row, and somehow, some way, I was able to land on the bottom step. And the rule is both of your feet have to hit the ground to be eliminated. And I was able to stave off elimination for a brief moment there. Do you
have a fear that like the bar is going to be raised every year, and you're going to run out of ideas of how to save yourself? Do you think you're gonna get to the point where like, do jetpacks exist?
Well, hey, who knows, man? I think that's part of the challenge, and it's what keeps it fun for me, and just to be able to just be innovative out there. You know what I mean? It's great to just be able to unleash your creativity on your passion, and this is completely my passion. Just being able to do what I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. I used to have a Bugs Bunny doll that I used to practice all my moves on.
Mine was a Hulk Hogan one.
Oh, you had a Hogan. See, yeah, I had to work my way up the card. You know what I'm saying? So started with Bugs. I never quite made it to Hogan. Maybe someday, now that he's back with the company, you know what I'm saying?
He better not. Who knows? He better not cross my path. If Hogan walks in this room and there's a trampoline nearby, he is getting flip pile driven so hard. I can't even tell you the things I would do to a stuffed Hogan
you could
doll
try.
Right now. And that came out sexual, and I take it back.
Well, you might maybe just leave it out there.
All right, yeah, see where it goes. He's got that mustache.
You never know. But he even still like he's still like a pretty big guy, like very like intimidating looking. You know what I'm saying?
What was your first experience meeting the Hulkster?
When he first came to announce that he was hosting Raw, I actually we didn't interact. We just kind of like walked by each other and all that. But the next
this is
week,
a couple weeks leading up to
WrestleMania, yeah, because he was the guest
just
host.
Recently.
So recently, yeah, this is one of the guys who I've always wanted to meet clearly and never got a chance to, but finally did. And what was really cool is that he's still in touch with the product, so he knew like who I was. Like, hey, Kofi, what's up, brother? In his voice, I can't do it, but
and you went, who are you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, it was just awesome, and I had to act like I wasn't like marking out, and I wasn't a fan, and act like I was been there. Oh, very nice to meet you, sir. Oh, it's good to, I've been a fan for so long and this and that. But inside,
really, you just want to jump all over him.
I'm going nuts, man. This is Hulk Hogan, man. Come on, man. So I started flexing and making a fool out of myself, but I was able to hold myself back. So, but it was great to meet him.
Yeah, well, I can only imagine. I hope that day comes when I don't want to jump on him.
Carry a trampoline around with you just in case.
You cross my path,
I'm
Hogan.
Just saying,
Hogan.
Hogan. You don't want to cross his path and not be ready, because imagine, then you're at the airport, you don't have your trampoline, and it's just a handshake. Well, you'd be very disappointed.
Says you, I don't have my trampoline.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't got one right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hypothetically
These
speaking,
pants
of
are
course.
Banana Republic. They got deep pockets.
Right. Got those tight pants on.
We're in the studio,
sir.
KOFI Kingston right now. WWE tonight, Raw at the Times Union Center. One thing I wanted to touch on. You might not even have an example of the story. The fans. You seem very grateful to be doing what you're doing. You are one of the most recognizable faces in the product. On the street, what are some examples of a good fan or a bad fan? How often? All right, I just want to get this on. A couple years ago, CM Punk came into the show, and he was waiting out in the lobby. And somebody who works in the company, not for the station particularly, came in. Punk had his back to him, and like slapped him on the ribs. Like instead of saying "Hey, hello," he just goes, "Hey," like the boys just slapped him on behind, yeah. And he turned around, and it got a little. It was very terrifying.
Oh, I'm sure it got very confrontational. Yeah.
Do you come in a lot of instances like on the plane or in the airport?
I have been pretty fortunate not to have like a physical. It's actually a funny story. That happens more often than you think because people get so starstruck that they have no idea of where they are, and you're like literally like in the urinal. And they're like, "Oh my God, I'm the biggest fan. Can I just get a picture, man? I just want to get a picture." Like,
they take their free hand and go over the wall.
Let me finish. They're trying to put their hand around you and everything. And it's like, I'll gladly take a picture with anybody and everybody because there's gonna be one day when I'm like 70, 80 years old.
If you spin, that might make their day, though. They're never washing that shirt.
You never know. You never. Actually, Jericho, I think, he has a story in his book of him like peeing on somebody's leg. But he was like an obnoxious guy, apparently. I don't know. But like I said, I was going to be a day when I'm like 80 years old and people are not going to want to take a picture with me or whatever, and I'm going to be like, hey, you know who I used to be? Come over here and take a picture. So, as long as they want to right now, like it's all good for the most part. But I have not had somebody, actually, who always gets their back slapped is Mark Henry.
He's got that
and
big
that's
back.
like he's got such a big back, like
he's asking for
you
it.
want to slap it.
What are you doing?
Know what I mean? Like such a big target. But he
does he
definitely
really
doesn't like
people come up and hey buddy
all the time.
He's not somebody
hey
I
man,
want.
Mark Henry, slap him on the back, and he's the wrong guy to slap on the back. You catch him on the wrong day, and you're probably gonna have a big problem.
I have a Mark Henry story.
So,
a couple of years ago in Rochester, we're at a bar, and I've had a few to drink, and I felt comfortable. I was like, man. Been in his presence for like 5 seconds. We're best friends now.
Of course.
Yeah, so I come over and I put my arm around him,
You almost catch
which
an
took
elbow.
some effort. I got Mr. Elastic Arms I had to get around. And he growled, and I was pretty sure he was going to eat me.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't, because I got out of there.
I was going to say, yeah.
But that's what like triggers this whole thing. After that moment, I was like, oh, I've just become one of those people.
Yeah. But it's crazy, man. Like the WWE fans are like unlike any other. I mean, I haven't heard of any, NBA stars and NFL people. Like our fans, actually, there's probably people in front of the building right now just waiting to catch a glimpse
just like,
of us. They
not
dressed
our
up.
building. The Times Union.
The Times Union. I mean, there might be some outside, some KOFI Kingston fans waiting out there. Can you
Dalton
hear them?
Castle fans
have
out
to,
here,
have
bro.
to push them back. Actually, the last studio that we were at, there was a kid that showed up and he wanted to get an autograph. His mom contacted me on Twitter. I told her to show up.
For me?
But he might be here for you a little later. I don't know. But I warmed him up, and gave him my autograph and everything. But like the WWE universe is really like, they make us. Without them, there is no us. So again, like I'm always grateful for their support. And anybody who comes to the show tonight will be able to feel the presence of just good vibes, and everybody who's so excited to see the show. You look out in the crowd and you see single moms with their sons, and you see just families out there, and it really is a family friendly show. Brings everybody together and puts smiles on faces, which is what we do. So
I'm
that's what it's
looking
all
forward
about.
to it. One last thing before I let you go. They sent me this press kit before you showed up.
Yeah.
I threw it out because I know who you are.
What? Okay.
No, I
you didn't want to read off my accolades or
I
anything?
sold it on eBay.
You're
the former tag team champion, Kofi Kingston.
3 times.
Intercontinental?
4 times.
European champion?
Not European,
24/7 hardcore title.
All that stuff. I would love to be. Bring them back. I'd be more than happy to win those championship titles. You shouldn't have thrown out the press kit, man. Why did you throw out the press kit?
They compared you and Evan Bourne to the Bulldogs. They're like, they have a dynamic like the Bulldogs. Which one of you guys are Davey Boy?
Ooh.
Which one?
Which
one are you?
Can't take anything away from Evan, but
was Evan doing the gorilla
press? If we go
press?
to do like a strength contest, I am deceptively strong. My deadlift is over 500 pounds, closer to 550. Deadlift. That's the measure of a man.
You don't want to go.
How much weight can you
don't want to go
lift
glute to
off
glute
the ground?
with Kofi.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all about the deadlift. So I would be the Davey Boy.
Okay. Deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you get one?
I said it.
You gave one Can you do it in that suit?
I don't want to do it in the suit. This is a very nice suit. I don't want to rip it. You know what I'm saying?
They sent me there was a magazine and there was a comic book drawing of you, which I thought was pretty cool. And I understand you're really into comics. And
absolutely.
I don't.
Free comic book day a couple days ago, right? Huh? You didn't know that?
I don't want to go down this road. I don't know a damn thing about comics. But I wanted to say products with your face on them. Has anything came out where you're like, that doesn't look like me?
You know what? Here's a funny story, and I don't know if I should tell it because now everybody's gonna come up to me with these cards. So the first card that ever came out is me, and I came out. They always like pick the worst pictures of you. For whatever reason, like I didn't put any chapstick on,
so
my lips
the plane
are like ashy. And like dry, like all around the lips, and I'm like smiling, and like I didn't lick my lips, and someone took a picture.
You just been on like an 8-week bender.
Yeah, it's almost like I was eating powdered sugar. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is the picture that they used, and this is my first first picture. And if you look at it, you'll see like the ashiness around my lips, and it's not a good look.
No,
and you don't get like another first like picture, so
I was
that's
just
the one.
kissing some girl in a donut shop.
Yeah, powdered donuts, and I'm a sprinkles guy, so that like
yeah, you don't want to cheat.
My
on
reputation in the confectionery world is be destroyed.
Well, while we're on donuts, why don't we end with that? KOFI
Speaking
Kingston.
of donuts, the show tonight.
Bring a
It'd be a
donut
great
when
show.
KOFI comes out. Toss him one. He loves him.
Please don't do that.
Big
because
fan of Boston
I'll probably
cream.
eat it. Yeah, I would eat that. But the show, anyone who hasn't been to a WWE show, like it's just an awesome experience. Like the pyrotechnics, the loud music,
booms.
the boom. You see, that's my gimmick. He's doing the boom clap.
Wait, was it
shoot that? Yeah.
Was it originally Buck? What was it before?
Yeah, another funny story. It was just I wasn't saying anything in particular, and then it was Taz who was on commentary, and he marketed it as
Yeah, no, you got it.
As boom, 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 and then like people started making signs that said boom everywhere, and I was like, all right, it's boom.
I guess that's my catchphrase.
That's the catchphrase, and now it's on like all the T-shirts and everything. So that's fun. I've never actually told that story. I don't think so. You just got an exclusive,
dude,
right here,
dude. Asking the Barbara
right
Walters
here.
hard-hitting questions over here.
Donuts, boom
journalists.
claps.
Right here, Dalton
all
Castle,
that stuff,
taking it to the top.
Hogan,
watch out, Hogan! If I see you near a trampoline, ooh. All right, WWE tonight, Raw, Times Union Center. Doors open 6:30.
6:30.
TV goes live
TV.
at 8. There's wrestling all the way up until.
That's right. Yeah.
And you will be out there instead of out back washing your tights.
I might be washing my tights. You don't know what goes on backstage.
It's a show.
We're not gonna pull. We're not gonna tell you the tricks behind the magic. We'd be ruining it.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know what I do.
All right, tell me.
Don't
tell me.
But it is gonna be a great show. Everybody's gonna be there. John Cena's taking on Bray Wyatt tonight. Daniel Bryan, I'm sure will have an interaction with Kane. We had Extreme Rules last night, which we didn't even talk about. Like amazing.
Oh, I watched.
It was awesome from top to bottom. I mean, it started off with the pre-show, the WeLC match with Hornswoggle versus El Torito with all these like mini tables. Hornswoggle, for those who don't know, is our
we don't gotta go into
our leprechaun. El Torito's like a little bull, so they had like the mini tables. Jerry the King Lawler was Jerry the King smaller. They had a
not initially. He was something else before when the match started. They changed to Jerry.
Oh, did they change it?
It
what
was like
before?
Jerry Mini King Lawler, and then halfway through, I think JBL came up with a hilarious
Jerry the
phrase,
King smaller,
and it just switched. Yeah.
JBL, who was what JWEL or something like that.
WeBL, yeah.
Micro Cole. It was awesome. So anyway, just a great show all around, and this is like the fallout from that pay-per-view.
Not insensitive at all. It was hilarious.
It was great. It was all in good fun. It was
great.
very entertaining. The show top to bottom. The Shield is going to be there with Evolution. Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista reforming their faction. So anyway, but just a really good show all around. Great show. Bring your signs. Have some good times. Let us entertain you and tell you stories.
All right, KOFI, thank you so much for coming in.
Right on, man.
We'll check you out tonight, the Times Union.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.